what I want to do now with Scorch, and it's pretty lucky that he actually won the coaching, because I wanted to write to him anyways, is there was a speedrun competition for Escape from Braxis. Wait, what? Why is the view? Oh no, is the VOD not there anymore? Don't do me like. Oh no, I think the VOD might be gone. No, don't tell me the VOD is gone. Maybe we have a replay then. I will let's wait till Scorch is back so I can ask him. But to me it looks like the VOD is gone. Speedrun annulled.
I remember you.
By the way, thanks for the resubs. Heiko with the 50 months. Aiming for the 100 indeed. And Roop with the 6 as well. And we had Galneguna with a raid.
Okay, I'm back.
Hey, yo, I was just checking. I think the VOD is gone.
Yeah, it is, but I have them saved on my YouTube channel. Every one of them is exported. I can send you the links.
Yeah, that would be, yeah. Give me the world record run if you have it. Oh yeah, perfect.
Oh wait, the timing might not be correct. It starts at like 17 minutes.
17 minutes. Okay. Wait, let me... I will link it in chat as well if people want to watch. Or check it out themselves. So, actually, to explain it real quick, right? So it was... it's the old Escape from Braxis map, but you play it like in offline mode or something, right? So you have like 2 bots. That's how it worked, I think?
Yes. That was the only way they could get it to work.
Okay. Wait, let me... So, can you... Okay. Actually, how many hours did you spend on it? Or like, how was the process for you?
So I checked, and on both accounts, I have almost 1,000 saved replays. Because every time you start the game, every time you reset, you get a replay of it.
Yeah.
It's like any other game. I started speedrunning maybe 10 days after it was available, and all the way till the end.
Yeah, till last minute, kinda, right?
Yeah, 2 hours before the ending time.
Yeah. And actually, so what was the process at the beginning? Like, what heroes? Like, talk us through a little bit. Like, what heroes did you start with, and then when did it make like bing? Okay, it's Mal'Ganis double Malthael. Like, when did that happen?
I think BRB Soaking was playing a lot, I think. I mean, in the beginning. And I think he just realized that Greyman had the most raw DPS for the boss. But there were still talks about Maltel and Mal'Ganis ults. But by then, no one was playing them. So I think Coffee was doing really well with the Greyman strat. And when he had something like 610 or 612 record, I think I started speedrunning then. And after I realized that, I mean, Greyman was kind of slow and squishy against the Zerg and everything.
Yeah.
He did have a lot of wave clear with the 13Q upgrade. But it was kind of, I don't know, not my type, not my style of playing.
Yeah.
So I decided to play Mal'Ganis, and I think on the first run, actually, I got sub 6. It was something like 551. And in like 2 days, we lowered the record from 550 to like 545, 536. And then Coffee, I think, had a 515. And
With the gray main strat, or what did he swap?
No. With the Malganis.
Okay, so he swapped to yours, basically.
Yeah, ever since I got sub 6 with Malganis, everyone was playing him.
Okay, alright. So you showed them how it's done with the Malganis. And was it always the double Malthael, or did you, like, how was that? Like, did you go through others?
Well, the other speedrunner that was kind of like my rival, I would say, Muha, he was doing a lot of double Maltail strats, and I think Coffee as well. I'm not sure, I didn't see the WOD, it's not here now. But for me, I was trying a lot of different heroes. I started playing with Ragnaros a lot. He was kind of decent, but I don't know, his Sulfurous Smash, the AI would just break and throw it somewhere, I don't know, outside the map.
Sabotaging the run.
Yeah, the Hogger was pretty decent, but kind of build dependent. If he goes Horde pool, he kind of dies to the first Butcher hero.
Yeah.
But he was usually pretty good on the second stage, the final wave. It's called Holdout.
Yeah.
I also had a world record with Leoric. Leo was actually kind of interesting. He has that level 1 talent that heals you whenever a minion dies.
Yeah, the filthy unto death or whatever it's called.
Yeah. It doesn't work for the Zergling, but for the Hydras and Roaches, Banelings and everything else, it works perfectly fine. However, since Leo becomes a ghost when he dies and still gives vision, the Zerg AI just breaks and they follow him around. They don't even try to attack you. And this is a problem because if Leo dies early on, the Zerg will be with Leo on the other side of the map because the ghost, I don't know, the ghost just runs back for some reason, I don't know. And you would still have to kill those Zerg in the end when the timer runs out. So it was kind of very tricky and non-consistent, I would say.
Yeah.
However, one of the heroes, Diva, was really good. Diva was really useful because...
Like double Diva though, right? And like double or how did you, like...
I was usually playing one Maltail and one other hero, so Leo, Diva, Hogger, Ragnaros.
Okay, alright, yeah.
So the Diva is really good because these Overwatch heroes like Tracer and Lucio, they have the attack move, or I'm not sure how to call it. They can,
run and gun?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. Walk and shoot, right?
The issue with when the timer runs out, your Maltails would just stop attacking. If it's a hero, they would kill it, but if it's a Roach or Zergling or anything else, they would just not touch it. And so the Diva, you can just like slightly push her or walk toward the Zerg, and she would just automatically
shoot,
kill everything that's not there.
Yeah.
And that's it. And also the mech explosion was really useful. So by the time we got to sub 5, I had records with Maltail plus a Leo, Diva, Hogger, maybe even a Ragnaros, I'm not sure. But I tried a lot of different heroes.
And the double Malthael was like most consistent, I guess, and like felt the best?
Yeah, the Maltails are kind of a special case because of the passive. The AI tends to stick to the targets that are bleeding out or dying.
Yeah.
So you can kind of like manipulate the AI to just stay on whichever hero is far behind. You can run out of their leash range because the AI has some kind of leash with you. But it's yeah, the Maltails don't respect that, I think.
Ah, interesting. Oh, that's really cool, yeah. And like, I guess the Mal'Ganis as a main hero, it all comes down to his ultimate, right? Like, cause the boss phase is so fast, or I guess he's pretty good throughout the rest of the run as well, right?
Yeah, at the start, we were kind of afraid that he wouldn't have enough clear, which was why most people were playing double Mal.
Yeah.
But the Mal'Ganis, I mean, he has some kind of AoE on level 7 with E, which is pretty decent in keeping you alive against a lot of Zerg and actually clearing them. And Blind as a Bat is really good with mobility and just stun locking, because you would usually face at least like 2 heroes with ultralisk, like mini bosses that also count as heroes.
They count as heroes, right? Like all these big. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
And you would like constantly either stun lock them or just get your Blind as a Bat resets.
Yeah. Oh, really cool, actually. There was one thing in the run we just went through it, right, while you were explaining it. There's like this opponent's Abathur, like you had to backtrack a little bit to go for. Is he always there, or is it RNG? Like
no. The Abathur has, I think, 7 or 8 let's say spawn locations or the burrow locations. He is kind of tricky because if you kill him like in the first 20 seconds, you can usually, on the second stage, there's like three sides that you can go. And usually, like 50% of the time, he's on the right side just chilling. You can kill him there pretty easily. But he would always spawn another time by the time you get to the holdout, by the time you finish that. And if you don't kill him then, or he manages to burrow away, there's a chance that he would just burrow on the other side of the map. And
then you have to restart.
Yeah, when the timer runs out, you would just see one of the Maltels running all the way back.
Okay, yeah. Like, okay, so I'm checking it's really interesting. So, because he's in the fog of war, right? But he places 2 mines, I think, the Abathur. Is that how you knew he was there? Or maybe there's the Locust as well, I think.
Yeah, the Locust.
Yeah, and he's placing 2 mines for some reason.
Yeah, also the problem with Abathur, if he can burrow outside of a bush and you can get vision of him. And if the Maltels like see that, they would just A-move, not even A-move, just move command to him and die. And always die.
So I guess there's like a lot of runs where you just had to restart because of that, right? Like these inconsistencies that if they happen.
Usually the biggest problem is 10 seconds after you activate the holdout on second stage, because you are pulling like 50 Locust from the Zagara pit, or your Maltels are just dying to the Locust because they're just moving through them and not attacking them. So that's where if you have a heal, it's pretty good. If you have a Psi emitter, the one that taunts all the Zerg, it's also pretty easy. But otherwise, you just have to save some cooldowns and tank whatever Zerg army is on that side for the Maltels to actually activate their ults. Because, I don't know, sometimes they wait 0.1 second until they die, and they just activate it and die immediately.
The tormented souls, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, actually, you just talked about the items. Like, how important is it for the run? Like, is it RNG which items spawn, or is it the same pattern?
It's mostly RNG, except for one case, which is the nuke. There's a small, like, I'm not sure how to call it. There's a strat to get a nuke as a first item, the second stage.
Yeah.
Because usually the nuke spawns as a free item in the Zagara pit. But if you only get, I guess, like 2 or 3 items, I'm not sure now, in the first stage, then the first hero that you kill on the second one will drop a nuke, and it happens always.
Okay. Was it you that found that out, or?
No, I think Coffee knew about that. And it's kind of like you wait until the last 10 seconds on the first stage, and if you have 2 Zerg heroes alive, then nobody else will spawn, and you will trigger the nuke. on the second stage.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I get it. And actually, I have one. So at the very beginning, right, when you started the speed, did you watch the other people, like how they were running, or did you just dive in, like completely by yourself, or did you look at the VODs how other people are doing it?
So when I started speedrunning, I was just trying out a few times because I mean I love speedruns. For like almost 15 years, I've been watching Diablo 2 speedruns
Ah,
and
really?
Jedi Academy speedruns and all that, Super Mario 64.
Oh yeah.
So having like a speedrun game or event in a game that I like, it was kind of, yeah, I mean, I loved it. I loved the event. And well, to answer the question, yeah, I was looking a lot at the WODs, especially for the after I got the sub 6 on Malganis. The other speedrunner, Muha, he was doing a lot of let's say small improvements over me that I wasn't aware. Like there's small micro like right clicks on Malganis when you there's like the triple Q. If you don't press a move command after triple Q, you would like stand in one spot for like 0.1 or 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And you can actually notice that. But if you press, if you move a right click, you would like instantly move after the third Q.
Well, that works in
And
the main game as well, right? I assume, like these
yeah,
Malganis tricks. So like, maybe this is the key to play Malganis on the highest level.
There's
Very
also some
interesting.
kind of like when you queue into a wall, Malganis can like slide off of it and go slightly further than just a normal queue.
Yeah,
And
I
there
know
are a
that
few
one actually. I
spots.
remember that
Yeah,
one. Yeah.
there are a few spots on the first map that can save you maybe half a second, and all of it counts.
Yeah, for sure. Like, yeah. Because you mentioned like initially it was like 7 minutes, 6 minutes, and then you start shaving time off, and it becomes like really tight if other people are doing it well as well. Like, actually, super interesting. Did you back then, like the Escape from Braxis, did you play it the original version back then? Like, do you remember when?
Yeah, I even tried to speedrun it. I remember there was like a challenge for it.
Yeah, there was like a leaderboard from Blizzard, right?
Yeah, I tried to play it with friends, but I don't think we were very successful.
But yeah, I remember playing I just played it like once or twice, and then I didn't really bother. But I remember people were very hyped back then about it as well. I believe that the European team had the lowest time back then, followed by NA maybe. But yeah, it was quite. It was very different strategies, right? Because you could actually like. I mean, if you don't rely on AI doing shit, then it's much easier to do, right? But
Yeah.
if you have like two bots walking with you, then you need to like be ready for their nonsense and try to avoid the mistakes they do. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's super interesting actually, super cool. I watched it when you posted it, like I don't know, 2 weeks ago or whenever it was. I actually watched it on stream once already, so it's very nice to hear your thoughts on it. And
yeah, at that point of time, Muha was trying to get a better time than 4:35, which was my record. And then I came in after a scream and just played for like maybe 20 minutes, and I got 4:30.
Yeah, that's 5 seconds, and if he was already struggling with that, nice. Actually, really, that's a cool story, yeah. But yeah, yeah, thank you very much actually for joining.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for the... my brain is frozen, sorry.
No, all good, all good. No, but yeah, thanks for explaining it and actually walking us through a bit, because like there's for sure a lot of like very small things that go into this, like trying to manipulate the AI a bit, like trying to understand it even, right? And then finding the pairings of heroes that work the best. Actually, the very last kill on the boss, right? So you, let me bring this up on stream. So you do, how's it called? The HP swap. And yeah.
Actually, that is extremely hard to do without having an item like reinforcements or a nuke.
Yeah.
If you have reinforcements, you just pop it and the bots will just kill. They deal like 20k damage, I don't know, in 4 seconds or something. But with no item setup, it's extremely hard. And if you can see, like the first, once we get into the boss pit, there's 2 locusts following me.
Yes, yeah.
And if you tank them at the same time, you would basically ensure that you have enough health to survive. Like enough health to survive and to deal enough damage to the boss that would just, you know, be enough for the life swap to work.
So, wait, let me turn my cam off. So you, like when the swap goes through, you're on 70 HP. Like you're super fucking low actually when the swap happens. So you're telling me it has to be quite precise as well? Like you have to be extremely low?
If you notice, like half a second before that, I even pressed W to kill a locust, which would kill me if I didn't do it.
And let me see
which
that
also
again.
gives me a little bit of healing and some armor.
Ah, yeah, I see it. Yeah, I see that one, yeah. And then, yeah, the boss basically, I mean, dies right after.
Yeah, because the AI, the Maltails, they don't use the last rites. They use it as soon as he starts walking back, and he always burrows before it activates.
Ah.
You could, like, if they have percentage damage on 16 on the W, you could, like, not tank enough damage, like, deliberately prolong the fight for them to deal enough damage and then use it in the end. But that just loses like
I mean, it loses time probably, right? It's not very clean. Yeah, that makes sense. And like the AIs, I think you wrote it somewhere. They have like certain builds that they will go for, right? Like it's a bit of like there's certain skill sets they will always go for, like the same choices of talents.
They have predetermined builds. They only it's random. They don't take random talents. They just have predetermined builds. And for the Maltails, I guess you just need one of them to have a Lost Souls or whatever it's called.
Tormented Souls, yeah, the ultimate, right? Yeah.
Because they both profit. How should I don't know how to say it. They both work with each other's
passive, like the
mark?
the mark. Yes, yeah, true. Yeah.
So like if you have just one of them, both of them are doing a lot of wave clearing.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like the mark works for both Maltails. Yeah, it's like when you clone it with Abathur in game. Like works the same way. Yeah.
But also one of the things that I've started doing after we were kind of stuck on I think 508. I was like getting 1 second shaved off in like 2 or 3 days. And when we got stuck, I actually was looking at the code for this map.
Yeah.
All the scripts and everything. You can like see the timings of hero spawns and the Zerg waves and which like if it's gonna spawn a Zergling or a Roach and everything. I think that helped me a bit. It was like the edge. What's the...
Yeah, giving you like a bit more intel on it, right? Giving you the edge. Like if you... like you said it earlier, every small bit matters. So yeah. Actually, it's super interesting. Like there's so much going into it. Like very interesting to hear.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I was tryharding. I wasn't gonna take second place. No way.
I like that attitude, yeah. In it to win it. Very nice, actually. But yeah, I don't know. Is there anything else you want to say? But yeah, it's to me this is very interesting. Like, I was pretty hyped actually that people like that there was like real competition around it. Like people were trying and like beating each other. It was nice to see that people liked the Escape from Braxis speedruns.
Yeah, well, once we got to sub 5, basically it was just me and Mucha. Chlopaka actually tried a few times.
Yeah.
He was even coached by Mucha. He got, I think, 455 or something best time. But yeah, it was a rivalry against the two of us.
Very nice, actually. All right, Scorch. I think that's probably all there is to say, right? Like, thank you very much for explaining it.
Thank you.
And yeah, I will see you. I will see you in Storm League, I think. And of course, next weekend when you guys play in the second qualifier.
Yeah.
I wish you best of luck for that. And thanks for joining.
Thank you.
Yo,
Bye.
Bye-bye. See you. All right, Twitch chat. That was the Escape from Braxis speedrun by Scorch. Actually, world champion in that sense, right? Best timing, or best run by him. Submitted, first place. Very interesting for me to hear like some of the stuff that goes into it, right? Like very detailed. Like you're trying to analyze all the small things, trying to manipulate the AI in your way, understanding like where things can spawn, like what the RNG is behind it. Like super cool, honestly.